You know what nobody tells you about success? Most of it starts with a lie. Not a lie to other people, a lie to yourself. The kind you tell at 3 a.m. when everyone else is asleep and your bank account is laughing at you, and the only evidence that you're not crazy is a feeling you can't explain to anyone. They call it delusion. I call it the only thing that works. Delusion isn't about ignoring reality. It's about choosing which reality to listen to. Because reality has a lot of voices. The voice that says you're too old. The voice that says the market is saturated. The voice that says your idea has been done before, and better, by people with more money, more connections, more talent. Those voices are real. They're not wrong. They're just incomplete. The delusional voice is the one that says, yeah, and? Yeah, the market is saturated. And? Yeah, you're starting from zero. And? Yeah, the odds are terrible, and you'll probably fail, and people will laugh, and you'll lose money and time and dignity, and maybe your mind a little bit. And? What if it works out? Not what if it's easy, not what if everyone loves it, just what if the thing you're terrified to want actually happens? What if the delusion was actually just early perception? What if you saw something before the evidence caught up? I think about this a lot because I used to wait for permission. I'd have an idea and then I'd check if the world was ready for it. I'd research, I'd survey, I'd ask people who were already successful what they thought. Which is the dumbest thing you can do, because successful people are usually successful at something that already exists. They can't validate your future. They can only validate their past. The people who change things don't wait for permission. They don't wait for evidence. They build the evidence by doing the thing that looks crazy until it looks inevitable. Steve Jobs was delusional about phones. Oprah was delusional about television. Every immigrant who crossed an ocean with nothing was delusional about what was possible on the other side. Every artist who kept painting while starving was delusional about whether the world would ever care. And here's the thing. Most of them were wrong. Most delusions don't work out. Most people who believe they're special are just wrong. That's the math. That's reality. But the ones who aren't wrong, the ones who actually make it, they all have the same story. They believed before there was a reason. They kept going when the graph was flat. They treated no like a comma instead of a period. So what separates useful delusion from dangerous delusion? Useful delusion is directed. It's not, I'm great at everything. It's, I'm great at this one thing, and I'm going to prove it even when nobody believes me yet. It's not ignoring feedback. It's ignoring uninformed feedback. It's listening to the people who understand the vision and filtering out the people who only understand the current reality. Dangerous delusion is undirected. It's believing you're special without doing the work. It's expecting the world to notice you just because you exist. That's not delusion, that's entitlement. And entitlement is just laziness wearing a costume. But directed delusion? That's just conviction with a messy beginning. That's faith in a future that hasn't been built yet. That's looking at a pile of nothing and seeing a foundation. I used to think being realistic was a virtue. Like, if I just saw things clearly, I'd make better decisions. But clarity without direction is just paralysis. You can see every obstacle so perfectly that you never move. You can be so right about why something won't work that you never discover if it could. The people who build things aren't smarter than you. They just decided to be wrong in public until they were right. They decided that temporary embarrassment was cheaper than permanent regret. They decided that what if it works out was a better question than what if it doesn't. And yeah, sometimes they look crazy. Sometimes they lose money. Sometimes they lose relationships. Sometimes they lose years. But sometimes, just sometimes, they're the only ones who win. Because everyone else was too busy being realistic. So here's my question. What are you being realistic about right now? What dream have you downgraded to a hobby? What vision have you shrunk to fit inside your current circumstances? What if, just for a month, just for a season, you let yourself be a little delusional? Not irresponsible, not reckless, just convinced. Convinced that the thing you want is possible, even though the evidence is still gathering. Convinced that your future self is already out there, waiting for you to catch up. What if it actually works out? Not because you're special, not because you're lucky, but because you decided to keep going when every reasonable person would have stopped. That's not madness. That's the only strategy that ever built anything worth having. Stay curious. Now you know.